On the formation of a new labor federation, has it been announced?
It hasn't been announced formally. Today was basically the various trade unions and trade union bosses getting together and really thrashing out an agenda and a way forward, because you've got a sense that they are trying to come together with a plan of action to see if they are really talking on the same page ahead of what is expected to be the announcement of a new Labour Federation, which will happen in Tembisa on Johannesburg's East Rand tomorrow.
And tomorrow being May Day, of
course. Being May Day, of course, quite an auspicious date, May Day being Workers' Day and all. So they're really gunning straight for Cosatu, saying that if it gets together the way that they anticipated and planned it will be a direct competitor to Cosatu. And, today the numbers were being bandied about over 50 sort of unions getting together, a show of strength. But really the acid test, I think, will be the numbers in Tembisa tomorrow.
But 50 unions, were they present, and who are they really?
Well, they were present. A lot of them were present. But so you would have your FAWU, which was of course a splinter union that was left Cosatu after the expulsion of the other trade federation, and then you would have other independent unions as well. So you have the soccer players union. There was a wide range of unions that were represented, and these are unions that are saying that if we can get together, we can bring together over 2 million workers, I think was the number they've been bandied about. So really talking good numbers there.
Now, Tumaole, one of the biggest unions that is outside Cosatu is AMCU. Was it present there?
Yes, AMCU, although they did not make representations on stage, there was a representative from AMCU who was acknowledged. And, this is the thing as well. I think a lot of the unions at this stage clubbing together and saying that there is a need for an alternative as far as they're concerned. A lot of, militant talk saying that Cosatu, as far as they're concerned, has lost its way and is more politicized and more involved in political battles and political agenda setting, if you will, rather than putting the key interests of its mandate, which is the workers' interests at heart, and putting them first. Cosatu, of course, we tried to give right of replies for some of those allegations, and unfortunately we couldn't get the spokesperson to.
Because yesterday there was information that they had been formally invited, so they were not at the summit.
No, they were not at the summit.
But once this federation is put in place, it's up and running, hopefully tomorrow. In what way does it really change the landscape of trade unionism in South Africa? Well,
it gives a viable, strong, independent, which is the key that Zolinzima Vavi and other speakers were really pushing for, trade union federation to say to workers, you have got an option. I mean, some of the examples and some of the key areas that they want to target are workers like youth scab workers. By scab workers, they're referring to temporary workers, saying that there's a large cluster of unrepresented workers in South Africa who do not have their rights fought for, and they feel that this is perhaps a gap in the market that they could exploit. And then they also have workers for youth, for instance, unions that will represent the youth. So you get a sense that they are looking for their own space and to set their own agenda. But however, they are also very, very strong in saying that they are going to not be afraid to be political, to be critical of the government of the day, whichever that may be. They are independent, as they say. They're not affiliated, which is what they all agreed on. But one also gets a sense, because the commissions are going to be going on throughout the day, that they still have to iron out what is the way forward. Right now, it's a coalition of like-minded federations and unionists. However, I think what will really matter is if they can get all these different agendas and different mandates to work and speak in one voice, which is something that Cosatu has been able to do since it was established.
Well, we'll see what happens in Tembisa tomorrow. Hopefully, we will speak to you while you are there. But thank you so much for your time. That was was my colleague, the reporter, Tumaole Mohlaoli, speaking to us on the Workers' Summit, which is on in Boksburg on Gauteng's East Rand.